Morning, everybody. You guys can hear me, right? Okay, good. All right. You go ahead and put this on mute. And go time. All right. Morning, happy Monday. Welcome to a brand new week. Hopefully you guys are finding ways to stay busy, stay active. It looks like if you're on this call right now, you're definitely staying active. But most of all, I just hope you guys that you're in good spirits. So we're gonna start out today in child's pose. My name is Amber, and we have 60 minutes together just to breathe, to flow, and to share this imaginary space. Just pretend that we're all in the same room together. All right, so let's get started in child's pose. Come down onto your hands and knees. And then fill the whole space of your mat. Take up room. And start to add in your breath. Slow rolling trill of the Ujjayi. So deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the nose. And then begin to dial into whatever's touching the ground right now. So that should be the palms on your hands. It should be the tips of your fingers. It should be some part of your chest, maybe your forehead if it reaches. And then continuing to move down your body. Imagine your knees on the ground. Notice where your hips are. And the tops of your feet. Take in a deep breath. Hold it right here at the top. Open up, empty out. Now tiptoe both of your hands over to the right corner of your mat. Just get a deep stretch in the left side body. Fill up one more time. Exhale, come back to the middle. Let's do that on our left. Tiptoe your fingers over to the left. And don't just stop where you normally stop. Stop where you feel like you can't go any further. So open up that right side. Lean in. And then come back to center. And move to table. And notice how your back feels this morning. This is the first pose where your back is fully supporting itself. So just kind of move into that. Right, left, front, back, up, down. Just opening yourself up to whatever range of motion you feel like you can manage right now. All right, cat-cows. Start with a flat back. Take a deep breath in, look up. Let your belly drop down towards the earth. Take a deep exhale, round up, press away from the mat, ground down through your knees and the tops of your feet. Take another inhale, lower back down, bend your elbows. And exaggerate this movement. And then exhale, lift back into cat pose. And 2 more times, your pace. Let the breath be easy right now. And then come back to your flat back. Pressing down into your hands. Let's curl the toes under. Lift your knees about an inch off the mat. Then hug into your core. So draw your shoulders back, belly in and up. Move your right knee to your elbow. Take it back. Okay, move your left knee to your elbow. Take it back. Move your right knee to your elbow. Step it up. Good, take it back. Move your left knee to your left elbow. Step it up. And take it back. Downward facing dog. Open up the backs of your legs for a minute. Pedal out your feet. Bring some water to your hamstrings. And press your chest a little closer to your thighs. Move back. Then stay grounded in those hands. Take a big breath. Lift your right leg up into the air. Float it down. Okay, take your left leg up into the air. And let it gently float down to your mat. Back up with the right leg. Lift it up. Press it up higher this time. And now flex your toes toward your face. Point your toes. Flex your toes again. This time, bend your knee, open your hip. So we're just twisting from the thoracic spine. See if you can open your chest. Take another breath in. Exhale, float your right leg down. Lift your left leg back up into the air, higher this time. And point your toes as you go up as high as you can. And then when you get to the top, flex your toes towards your face. Bend your knee, open your hip. Notice if you're arching your back right now. Try to keep your back long and flat, and then twist. So properly base yourself. Dig into your mat with your hands, with your standing foot. Take another breath. Exhale that out. And then bring your left leg back to downward facing dog. And step your feet to your hands. Go to ragdoll. Lower your head. Just know right now there is nowhere to go. There's nothing to do and nothing to be other than just being present. And we do this for our own benefit, not for the benefit of anyone else. But just soak up whatever moment you're in, your surroundings, the way your body feels. Even your emotions, just notice everything. Any problem that we're ever having can only be solved in the moment that we're in right now. And it starts with our attention. And take another breath. Pull yourself down further. Maybe even wrap your peace fingers around your big toes and pull down. Allow yourself to experience a letting go. And then release your feet, step them together, rise up into mountain pose. So tall mountain, look up at the sky. And then notice if your tailbone is sticking out. Always round that down and under. Just to protect our posture. So root down through your feet to lift your fingers. Take a big breath in. Let's lower our hands to heart center. We're gonna start class with an Om. Everybody join me, take a deep breath. Back up with the fingers, high mountain pose. Lift all the way to the sky. Fill up your lungs. Take a deep exhale, deep out forward, forward fold. And so bend your knees if you need to reach down a little further. So ground your fingertips. And then take an inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold. So that one more time. Come up halfway, reach to the crown of your head, and then step your feet to the back of your mat for plank. And so imagine that you're one long line. So heels are gonna come right over the toes. So look right down between your hands, take a breath. Exhale, lower halfway down, come to a hover in low plank. Inhale, press forward, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let out whatever breath you were holding on to. Look between your hands, step there. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold. Tadasana. Take a bow. Come up halfway, back to plank. Low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And look between your hands, make your way up. Half lift, fold, Tadasana. Last time, full height of your body. Bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Take it back, plank. And bring your left knee to your left elbow. Plank. Good, now go down to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, so come back to that moment, whatever it is. Instead of trying to go ahead, just enjoy what you're in right now. Could be a whole lot worse, right? Down dog's pretty awesome. We'll get to some harder stuff, but for right now, just breathe where you are. One more breath. Let it go. Jump between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Come into chair pose. I just sit deeply into this chair. And lift your arms up by your ears. Take a breath. Sweep your arms back. Let's go to low chair. And then come back up. High chair. Low chair. High chair. This time reach your right foot back. Let's go to warrior three. Back to chair. Okay, reach your left foot back. Warrior three. Chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up into the air. Yeah, left leg. Okay, come into plank. Okay, move your left knee to your left elbow. And then step it up. Warrior one. And rise with your fingers. Lift your chest. Draw your shoulders back. Take a big breath in. And then lean forward, half warrior one. And biceps stay up by the ears. Drop your chest to a hover right over your thighs. Take a breath in, lift back up. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up into the air. Come into plank. Move your right knee to your right elbow. Step it up, warrior one. Lift your fingers, ground your feet. Take a breath. Exhale, lean forward. And as you lean forward, press back with your back hip, back with your tailbone. Take a breath in. Rise back up, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look between your hands, go there. Halfway lift, fold, chair pose. But sink the weight down into your heels. Look down and see that you can see your toes. Good, now take your right foot and just come onto your toes, just on the right foot. Press your right heel back down, lift your left heel up. So just coming onto the left toes. You can lift the whole foot up if you want to get creative. And just notice the balance of power that's happening, the shift of gravity. And then put that foot back down. Regular chair pose. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway rise. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Lift your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale down. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, left side, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog, look between your hands, move to the front of your mat. Halfway rise, fold, chair pose. Go into your lowest chair. Like sink down way, way low. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Drop into boat. Nice. If you end up in a rock and roll, go take that rock and roll. Come right back into your boat. Lift your feet. Lift your arms. Good. Plant your feet on the ground. Come back up, chair pose. There you are, right again. Sink the weight into your heels. Sit back. Yeah, take a rock and roll if you need to get back up. That's good. Good. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. There you go, Matt. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Step right up. Take a breath in as you lift. Power up for your front thigh. Move your right thigh like a little lower. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Other side, warrior one. Step up. Lower your front leg. Bend your knee. Stack it right over your ankle. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. And just breathe. Breathe a couple breaths. And then notice what's changed. Maybe the fluidity of your movement since we started this practice. Maybe there's more water and it's a little less choppy. Notice if your breath is erratic or rushed. You take another inhale. Move your feet together at the back of your mat. And lift your right leg up into the air. Now bend your knee, open up your hip. Stay here or just move straight over into flip dog. Maybe straight into wheel. How warm are you right now? What's in your normal everyday practice and how can you take that a step further? And don't think of, I'm trying to get out of the mentality personally where I'm thinking of all of my progress as being visual. It doesn't have to be that. It could be anything. It could be a stronger breath. It could be a further reach. It could be a micro movement that nobody else would notice. Come back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. And step your right foot to your right hand. Crescent lunge. Let's go to standing leg raise. So we're going to take this back leg here and we're going to bring it up to hip height. So just stepping up like this. Good. Step it back, crescent lunge. And then bring it back up again, standing leg raise. I'd step it back, crescent lunge. Bring your hands to heart center, twist to the right. So we're gonna hook this left elbow right on the outside of the right knee here. Press into your hand, see how much leverage you can get. See how much rotation you can bring in. Open up your spine, draw your chest up towards the sky. Just imagine yourself being wrung out like a sponge. Take another breath in. Exhale, another twist out. Go to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. So drop your right fingers onto the ground, or maybe your right elbow onto your knee. If you have a block or a prop at home, bring the ground up to you. Open up the front half of your body. Peel back with your top shoulder. Press your bottom shoulder over and under. Take another breath. And go into half moon. So if your elbow's on your knee, move your right fingertips toward the ground or a block or a stack of books or whatever you've got at home, and just lift that back leg off the ground there. That's probably the best thing about being home right now is that you guys have like so many resources at your disposal, and it's such a good way to get creative. What can you use? How can you use it? So from your half moon, go ahead and plant your right hands all the way down. Step your left foot back and then your right foot underneath it. So side plank on your right. And if you want to drop this right knee here on the ground, feel free to go ahead and do that to base yourself. Big breaths in, big breaths out. So secure yourself to the ground. Use the palm of your hand. Use these 5 knuckles here. Press those into your mat. And then press to the knife edge of your foot. Breathe. Let's take one more breath in. See if you can lift a leg on this breath. There you go. Just for this one breath. Full breath in. Exhale the breath out. Back to plank. Low plank. Inhale up dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up into the air. Lift it higher. There you go. Let's get it up there. And deflect your toes towards your face. Take a big breath. And then open that hip. So if you're moving into flip dog, go ahead and go now. And space your feet out, just hip width distance. Hug everything in towards your midline. And then search for that integration. That's what we're looking for. The shoulders are back. Draw the pit of your belly towards your spine. And then come back to downward dog. Good. Lift your left leg back up into the air. And step your left foot to your left hand. Rise that crescent lunge. So move your front knee over your ankle. Some of you guys are back a little bit. Don't be afraid to come into that leg. The legs are the largest muscle group of the whole body. They can and will support you. Good. Let's go into standing leg raise. So bring your back leg up, bend the knee just to hip height. Flex your toes towards your face, spread your toes out. Step back, crescent lunge. Let's do it again. Press off your back foot, standing leg raise. Lunge. Take your hands together at heart center. Twist open to your left. Open your arms. And then just give yourself a quick second to compare and contrast. And notice if you're one of those people like I've been who gets caught up in the progression of things. And if you didn't just see what I did, I put air quotes on that word progression because it's not real. Progression is just a perception. And how are you guys perceiving this right now? Open versus closed. Are you more open? If you're more open with your arms open, that's awesome. Stay there. You need to bring them back to heart center to get that leverage, then go there. Take one final breath in this pose. Exhale, spin to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. Ground down through the four corners of your feet. And then press your left knee out towards your pinky toe. You can use your elbow or your hand to guide it that way. And press up off your back foot. Let's go to half moon. So lunge forward. Lift the ground up. Maybe you just kind of hover there with your hand right above the ground. I see some of you guys attempting that. I love that move. I take one more inhale. All right, now everybody ground this left hand. Step your feet back to plank, side plank on your left. And then lift your bottom hip up. Press down to the knife edge of your feet. If you're on your knee, press down into your knee. Get up higher. So coming into this final breath, let's lift the top leg up off the ground. Reach toward the sky. High plank. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. And then look between your hands, hop or step there. Halfway lift, fold, chair pose. Let's go into eagle. So wind your right leg over the left leg, wind your right arm under the left arm. And then hold yourself really tight here. Like you're just trying to wrap yourself up. Like you're a mummy. And then expand your mid back, expand your chest, your shoulders. Now one good way to do that is just lift your elbows up to shoulder height. Breathe. And then see how slowly you can unwind. We're gonna see if we can go back to warrior three. So take the right leg off of the left leg, stretch it back, reach your fingers forward, and make yourself one long line. Breathe. Step back to warrior one. Open up into warrior two. Reverse your warrior. And then straighten your front leg. Let's go into triangle pose. Just reach forward with your front arm. This extension part, this reaching sets up the whole pose. It sets the groundwork. So make sure you've gotten that part in. If you feel like you're crunching anywhere in the low back, just prop yourself back up, start over. Reach, lower down. And everything just seems to kind of open in triangle pose. So from your hips to your heart and your shoulders, even your neck, twist everything up towards the sky. Take one more inhale, one more exhale, come back to warrior two. And then straighten that front leg there. We're gonna turn all 10 toes to the left. So this is gonna be your front facing forward fold. So go ahead and take your arms up to the ceiling and then pull forward with your hands, pull back with your hips. It's a long flat back, look down at your mat. Come back up. 2 more times, use your core, hugging tight right here. Ready? Reach forward, press back. So slight bend in the knees. Come back up. Last time. This time we're gonna go all the way down, but we're gonna hang here for just a second. And lower your hands. You guys there at home that have a good wall or a trusty pillow and you wanna attempt a tripod or a headstand, go straight into that. Yeah, even if you disappear from the frame for a second, totally cool. Get your play on. You know, play, this really goes without saying, but play just, it changes the dynamic of whatever you're doing. If you can make it playful, if you can make it fun, it's not work anymore. That's why I keep coming back to this thing that I call practice. Anything that I'm practicing doesn't have to be yoga. I'm trying to make it fun. Come back to your forward fold. If you were in a headstand, bring your hands onto your hips. Let's rise all the way back up. And then turn all 10 toes to the front. Walk your back foot halfway up. Good. Everybody lift your fingertips. Big, strong breath in through the nose. And as you pull forward for pyramid, let it out through the mouth. Bend your front knee. So flatten your back. Reach your chest forward. Let your head drop down towards the ground. And then come up halfway. Exhale, bow forward. And inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time, halfway rise. Exhale, back to plank. Upward facing dog, or low plank, sorry, low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees, hop or step forward. Halfway lift, fold, chair pose. So into eagle on this side, wind the left leg over the right leg, with the left arm under the right arm. See if you can get your knee to point forward. Notice if your knee is kind of cocked out to the side a little. Bring that back in. Bring everything into alignment right now. So from your skin to your muscles, even to your bones, hug everything together. And then slowly take your left leg off of your right leg. Unwind your arms. Press your left leg back. Good. Warrior 3. Reach your fingers to the front. Bring some water to your front knee. If you feel stiff as a board right now, bring some ease into your pose. And then step back to warrior 1. And open up warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your front leg, move into triangle. Take one more full inhale. One more full exhale. Rise back up, warrior 2. And straighten your front leg. Step your back foot halfway up and then windmill your hands down to the ground for pyramid. Come halfway up, flatten out your back. And as you lower down this time, reach forward with your chest and back with your tailbone. So let your head be the last thing to go down towards the ground. Come up halfway again. Exhale, fold even deeper this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to plank. Low plank, up dog, downward facing dog. And lower down onto your elbows for dolphin. Take your right leg up into the air. And then move it down. And take your left leg up into the air. And move it down. And come back up onto your hands. And move into plank. Low plank. High plank. Low plank. Oh, you guys make it look so easy. Stay right here then. Come back to high plank. Even if you're on fire, lift up. Good, now lower all the way down. 3, 2, 1. Find your breath. Turn onto your other cheek. Rest your forehead on your mat. Reach your arms forward. Good, so press the tops of your feet down into your mat and press your pinkies, just your pinkies down onto your mat. So we're gonna have our thumbs facing the sky and our pinkies facing down. Good. Lift up the top half of your body. So fingers come off the ground, hands come off the ground, chest, forehead, everything is on the front half of the body is lifting up, the feet are pressing down, and then release. Let's do that again. Take a big breath in, come back up. Lower back down. One more time. This time we're gonna lift everything up at the same time. So everything's coming up off the ground. Take a big breath, lift. Your biceps tight towards your ears, reach, and lower back down. Good, now press the palms of your hands into the ground. Let's come into seal pose. So just press up right here. Even if you might need to walk your hands back a pace to get them a little closer to your body. But we're not in up dog, we're in seal. So your hands are further out in front of you. There you go. Nice straight arms, shoulders back, chest forward. And then walk your arms out to your sides. So for this one, we're gonna be kind of laying down. I don't know if you guys can, hopefully you guys can see me. Just like this. And then we're gonna take the right foot up and over. Come back to center. And then take your left foot up, move your left foot over the right side of your body. Come back to center, go to upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Move on to your seat. Let's start out our, let's finish up our igniting with some what's called Eastern tabletop. So you're gonna have your hands facing your heels, fingers nice and spread. Bring your feet underneath your knees. Just lift up like this. If you guys wanna come onto the palms of your feet, you can do that too, on the soles of your feet. Straighten your legs. Lower back down. Rock your knees side to side. And let's come up for this one more time, except this time, I want you guys to really concentrate on your shoulders. So opening up right here, drop your head back. Everybody lift. And just notice your chest and your shoulders just falling wide open. And let go. Bring your hips to the ground, take your knees side to side. And then up for bridge. So press your feet down, lift your hips up. And you can draw your hands underneath you for a hitch if that feels more supportive. Maybe you grab for your heels and lower back down. And take your knees side to side. Let's do it again, bridge or wheel this time. Whatever's in your practice right now, go for it. And spread out your toes. Let's take a deep, deep inhale. Exhale, release. Bridge or wheel. Everybody lift. 2 more of these, guys. Make them your best ones. And lift something up off the ground this time. It doesn't matter what it is. You guys have 4 things facing you right now to choose from. Release. Come all the way back down to the chest. Move your knees around, release your back. And then get back up. Last one of the day, bridge or wheel. Release. And take your knees side to side. And go into butterfly pose. Bring one hand over your heart, bring another hand over your belly. And then move into happy baby. So grab your feet with your hands, pull your knees down. Good, then lay down on your mat. Stretch out from top to bottom. Reach your hands back behind your head. Stretch your feet forward. We're gonna come up into a V. I'm gonna kind of show you guys what I mean real quick. So we're gonna lay down back so you guys can see me all the way. So from here, you're gonna reach your right hand up to your left foot. And then you're gonna go back down and we're gonna switch sides. Left hand, right foot. Take it down. Other side, lift. And we're just gonna keep going. Let's do 10 of those, okay? Good, ready? Everyone go, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, some of you guys are going so fast. 2, 1, all right, rest. Good. You can stay in that full body stretch, reaching back with your hands, forward with your feet. And then rock and roll a few times. Let's move back into downward facing dog. Your knees onto your chest, roll out your spine. And take your right leg into the air. And then move your right knee to your right elbow for half pigeon. Right up to your right wrist. And then press your left hip back. So you guys have probably got all sorts of props there at home. If you wanna tuck a pillow under your right hip, if that's what it takes to get you up and leveled, go ahead and do that. Maybe you've got carpet at home and you're on a cushier surface. That's great. That's even more reason to reach forward with your hands. You've got more elbow support. Breathe. And try to soften every corner of your body right now. So this is really the opposite of hugging in. Right now, we're just softening down. Downward facing dog. Take your left leg up into the air. Get ready to do this on the other side. Open up your hip if you want to first. And then bring your left knee up to your left wrist. As you soften down into this side, notice if any of your thoughts right now are judgments. Try to let them be discernments instead. It's good to be able to discern one thing from another thing. It's good to be able to separate out what you want from what you don't want. But judgment is an energy that creates distance. Distance between us and other people, distance between us and ourselves. And yoga means union. So as your brain continues functioning normally as it should, just allow those thoughts to come, but discern between them. And anything that no longer fits, let it go. Downward facing dog. And make your way onto your back. And set up for a fish, whatever you've got that you can put between your shoulder blades, or you can even use a bolster and just lay your back on that. Just anything to elevate your chest. Our goal right here is just to open up the front side of the body. And as you're doing this, just think about the fact that you're also opening yourself up to possibility. So think good thoughts right now. Think about things that you want to bring into your life. I suppose it's just going to bring an expansive quality to anything that you can visualize. Remove any props from behind your back, put it underneath your hips. Let's go into waterfall or shoulder stand. If you want to take a second headstand or a handstand. Only you know where you are with your energy reserves right now. So if you want something a little more restorative, just lift your legs up and let yourself rest. And then you can take your feet over your head into plow. Or maybe deaf man's pose. Let go. And take your feet down, hug them into your chest. Maybe take a happy baby. And then pull your knees onto your chest. Extend your left leg out in front of you. Keep your right knee hugged in tight to your body, and then move that over the left side. Look over your right shoulder. Ground both your shoulders down as you press your right knee over. Tuck everything back in. Give yourself a big hug. And then extend the right leg out. To move your left knee over the right side of your body. Look to the left. And hug it back in. This time, draw your forehead towards your knees. Wrap yourself up into a snug little ball. Take a big breath in, flex your toes, curl your fists. Exhale, Savasana. Just relax every muscle in your body. From the outermost to the innermost. Take a big breath in. Let it go. And gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And draw your knees onto your chest. And then roll onto your right side. With your eyes closed, press up to your seat. Bring your hands together at heart center. Let's finish class with one Om. Lift your thumb knuckles toward center. And together we bow. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining me today. Happy Monday. I hope you guys have an amazing week ahead. I will be here again on Thursday. And I hope you guys come back. Thanks for joining me.